Hey, good morning. How is everyone today? Don't mind me. I'm putting my makeup on as I'm talking this morning. I find that if I multitask, my videos come out just a little bit better. So bear with me as I finish getting myself together to head out for the day. Um, I am off to go look for some wheatgrass today. Now, you're going to ask me, why wheatgrass? Why? Well, right now I have a terrible cold. I've had it for 3 days and I'm about ready for it to go. But it is, excuse me, it is all the good things that we can put into our body and all the good things that we bring into our lives that make a difference in who we speak with or how we impact somebody else, or more important is how we take care of our bodies, how we take care of ourselves, that self-care. And even sometimes, as bad as you feel and as hard as it is to get up in the morning, and excuse the crazy hair, it's usually the last thing that I take care of before I walk out the door. Um, it's important to make yourself look presentable just so you feel better, just so you can have a better perspective of how you look. Your outer appearance changes, your outer influences change the way that you look at things and the way that you see things. You know, your reality is an illusion to what you see. So this morning, as I'm getting myself ready to go do a little health shopping, I'm throwing myself together because I'm going to go maybe to GNC. I don't know if that color's the right color or not. To go get some wheatgrass, to go get some melatonin, because when you are not sleeping, you are not getting all the rest and the reparative things that you are needed for your body. The other thing too, I'm thinking about where do you fit in? Where you fit in with your daily routine, where you fit in at where you work, where you fit in at your hobbies. You know, all of my life I have felt like I did not fit in. I know we all have a weird way of putting mascara on, all us girls. Um, and my eyes right now are so sensitive. I need to go get my eyes checked when the income tax comes back. Me and the kid, we're going to go get our eyes done. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Um, where we fit in, the people that we find that we have commonalities with, that we can do things with people because it's an interest not only to them, but it's an interest to us. I don't find very many people who like to paint. As an artist, being quiet, being an introvert, you know, I can turn inside myself, and I'm comfortable with my own thoughts and the way that, you know, I do my art, or the way that I speak, and the way that I think, or the way that I dream. But, you know, not many people understand why I do what I do, or not many people understand why I'm not a big social public kind of person. I'm going to put my glasses on here for a minute so I can see a little better. It's not that, oh, that is much better. It's not that I don't like the public. I do like the public. I love, you know, speaking. I love working in the public when, you know, I have the opportunity to speak and work in the public. But as an introvert, you know, I like my quiet. I like having my peace of mind, and I like taking care of myself, having that self-care, doing the things that I need to do so my body is able to replenish, restore, and repair. And, you know, right now with this cold, you know, I'm dosing up on some vitamin C, going to get the wheatgrass because it has a multitude of perks. And because I do have an autoimmune kind of issue, you know, it's important that when I am home and when I am able to quiet my mind and take care of myself, it is raising my vibration so my parasympathetic nerve system calms down. When your parasympathetic nerve system calms down, it tells your body that you were able to repair, and you were able to restore, and you were able to replenish your body on the days that you were overstimulated from the noise, overstimulated by everybody else's vibrations that do not match who you are. I have a hard time finding people who match my vibration. Um, that vibration is what we are made up of. We have our own electrical system within our body. I've never been able to wear a watch, ever. Over a lifetime, I've gotten beautiful watches, diamond watches, gold watches, ruby watches, and I can wear them for maybe a couple weeks and they stop running. The magnetic pull, my own electrical system, it's not conducive to wearing a watch, and it will stop the time. It will make the mechanics of the watch stop. So that vibration energy that we all have comes from the space that sits within our molecules. You know, our molecules are made up of neutrons and protons in the nucleus, and inside that nucleus is space, empty space, and within that space there's that vibration. So as human beings, we are fractal human beings, meaning that we are a whole, but we are broken down into smaller particles that represent the whole. So that vibration that you have, there are other people out there that share the same frequency with you. And just like if you would think of somebody and you're seriously contemplating, you know, them calling you or them showing up at your door or you running into them, you know, your mind is a thought process that sends out that frequency, and that frequency matches the person who is open to that same vibration, who receives it. So in an electrical term, there's a conduit, the thing that the electric and the wires all run through, and there is the transmitter and there's the receiver. So as you're thinking, you are the transmitter, and the person you are thinking about, they are on the receiving end of that. And that vibration that ranges in between is how we attract all the good things into our life, how we are able to have that commonality with those that are like-minded and those that share the same interest. You know, it goes back to, as an introvert, my interests are going to be a lot different than people who like going to clubs or like belonging to associations with lots of people. My lifetime of working in the restaurant industry and being a bartender, and the noise that overstimulates our mind, our bodies, it puts illness in our bodies, that noise, and we don't recognize that when we are wired and we are strung out and when we are stressed, it breaks our immune system down. And I'm in a position where I can't do that. I can't let my immune system be broken down. I need to have my parasympathetic system mostly at a calm state. You know, I can function and I can go out and I can be social and I can, you know, associate with people in an outside, you know, venue. But I like being able to come back home to have that self-care so I can replenish and restore. And, you know, when I'm teaching my law of attraction classes, you know, I always talk about alike attracts alike. And that's only because it's that vibration that we match, that vibration, the things that we are interested in. I love horses. I absolutely love horses. Horses are my spirit animal. I can connect with a horse better than I can connect with a dog. Horses are very smart. Horses also carry that high frequency, and it matches a vibration. I was fortunate a couple of years ago, I was able to work with a rescue ranch where I was able to, you know, run with the ponies to give them exercises, and it had gotten to the point where I could give hand commands and they would know what I would want to do. It's all I would have to do is move my finger around and they knew they needed to go around. If I wanted to go like this, they knew that they would have to hoe and stop. You know, when I was riding, you know, being able to connect the body language with the horse without ever having to say anything. And I was very fortunate. My very first horse that I got to work with was a beautiful white thoroughbred. The problem with the horse was the trainer was left-handed, and the horse ran backwards, so it was of no use to any racetrack, and he was just a beautiful, magical creature. So my story in all this, the point, is I wanted to work with horses. I was trying to repair my mind and repair my body and be able to connect on a deeper, loving level. Not all love stems from being in a romantic relationship, you know, and that is our biggest problem as women, human beings who are told, you know, be connected to somebody, get attached to somebody, you know, fall in love. And that's not always the case with everybody that you're looking for in a romantic or in a loving type situation. Number one, you need to love yourself first. And number two, you need to find that unconditional love in an outside source so you really understand what love means and the capacity that you are capable of holding that love. So as I was wanting to get out and work with these horses, wanted to repair my body and gain some strength, you know, I made the connection either telepathically or by the grace of God or by that higher power, but my frequency matched somebody else's. And that frequency, me being the transmitter, them being the receiver, knew, and there was a connection, the synchronicities of how life matches opportunities and people together. And these are things that we do talk about in my law of attraction. You know, way before any of us were born, we have a soul contract, the things that our higher power has said. You know, I'm going to give you these things. I'm going to give you this opportunity, but you have to go through certain steps in order to obtain what's possible for you to have. You know, the possibilities, you name it, you claim it, where that way it rules out anything else. You know, I always say, I am Kitryn Marie. I am an artist, I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm an instructor, I'm a business coach, you know, I'm a personal mentor. It negates all the things that I no longer am. You know, I could say I'm a mom and I'm a grandma and I'm a loving human being and I have things to give, you know, and I am generous in nature. These are things that I am naming and giving a name to, and as human beings, we associate with the things that we can name. We associate with the reality that has some solid foundation to it. So when we're creating these vision boards, we are creating the reality in which we see to be true. I do have a vision board class, Law of Attraction, coming up March 14th here in my home studio, which I am in right now, which I kind of dub as my makeup room. I change it up as I go along, if you can see. Let's see if I can raise that. I got my painting that I've been working on. It's a huge painting. I'll have a painting class in April. But right now, tonight, I have a floral class. Next Thursday, I have a Law of Attraction class. And the following Thursday, I have a business coaching class. But these are all things within any of my classes, you know, that I speak about, being able to connect with people that have the same interests, the same vibration, where you belong. Million years ago, so it seems, I was a pom-pom girl in high school, freshman, sophomore. And I remember being brought onto the team. We had a big tryout and being brought onto the team, and I remember I didn't feel like I fit in. Although I qualified, and I did the audition, and I won the audition, I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like the people that were in that group, either they were better than me or I wasn't good enough. And we get those I'm not good enough from when we were little, because somewhere along the line somebody instills those bad tapes, those words, you know, you need to strive harder, you need to do harder, you need to be put into this box because that's what everybody else does. Now, as I became a pom-pom girl for 4 years of my high school, you know, I got to understand the dynamics of being in that club, but that also told me that I needed to be true to myself. And on the days that I was not meant to be in any of those activities, I had other obligations. I would stay home an awful lot. I would draw, I would crochet, and it was the makings of who I was, teaching me those social skills, but also giving me recognition to where I belonged, when I belonged in a certain time, and then when I did not belong, which I was okay. And as I've gotten to be older, and as I've gotten to be a teacher and instructor, I tell people you have to do certain things because that is just the law of being, in a working environment and having relationships with people. But that does not mean that on days that you are not social, that you cannot take that self-care and you cannot back off and you cannot lower your vibration to the point where you need to be calm, where you need to repair and restore. And when you are in that repairing and restorative nature, it heals your body, it heals your mind, and it heals your soul. So I am Kitryn Marie. I'm an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life business coach, and I reside here in St. Louis, Missouri. If there's anything that I can do for you, please reach out at kitrynmarie@gmail.com. If you would like to learn more about my business coaching or any of my personal mentoring, go over to kitryn-marie.weebly.com. All inquiries are always welcome. My life is an open book. I'm hoping by this afternoon, once I get my wheatgrass and I get my little vitamin C in me, this cold, which I've now had for like 3 days, it can go away. The weather is changing. I hear the birds chirping and the sun is coming out. So we all need that natural vitamin D also. So if there's something I can do, please share any of my videos. Leave a comment. Life is short, and you want to be able to take care of the best care that you can. You want to be an interesting individual, so you are raising that vibration. So the right people are coming into your life, the right people who are serving your heart and serving your soul. And you're being a service not only to them, but you're being a service at large to the world and to the world who wants to hear your words and be inspired by how you live your life. So you take care, and I'll see you all real soon.